It is a beautiful morning this morning, although albeit maybe a little bit cold. Dick Belcher with First Federal Savings Bank joins us this morning on Giant FM. A little chilly out there, Dick.
Yeah, 27 degrees. It's November 1st.
It feels like it's December 25th, if you ask me. It feels like winter weather. We skipped Thanksgiving and went right into it.
I don't think we did. Well, it's going to be a great weekend. It's going to be a little chilly, but I think the snow and rain is gone. We had both of those yesterday.
For the first time, they had to get the frost off the windshield.
Was it?
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that this morning.
You don't have somebody to do that for you?
No, I'm all by my lonesome. If you're offering.
No. Been there and done that. Okay, now don't forget to turn your clock back. This 2 a.m.
Okay.
Sunday morning, right?
Sunday morning, yep.
Okay. And most of those clocks, you shouldn't turn them backwards. You go ahead 11 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. You got it.
Okay. City Council election is on Tuesday from 6 to 6 p.m. Precincts 3 votes at Rochester City Hall and Precinct 5 votes at the County Office Building. Only 2 precincts voting?
Yep.
Why is that? No competition.
I don't know.
I believe the other ones are unopposed, but then again, I'm new, so don't take that. Don't take that.
Okay, Chamber of Commerce made their monthly awards this week. The member of the month is the Times Theater Group. The Devil Eye Group, that was Kroger's. That's for improvements made. Of course, if you've been out to Kroger's, you see they have a brand new parking lot, and they took it down to the bare bones and rebuild it, so it's good now for another 30, 40 years. Shining Star Award from the Chamber of Commerce went to RTC Channel 4. Congratulations to all 3 of those groups. I understand this morning that the Trump family are moving their permanent residence from New York to Florida. Did you know that, John?
That's news to me. First I've heard of it.
That's a rumor. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
No, the House yesterday, they okayed impeachment rules. Now, that's not, I had people yesterday, they're going to impeach the president. No, I said they just adopted the rules on how they're going to go about it. You know, that's, we're spending a lot of time and a lot of money probably for nothing because the Senate Republicans control that, and that's where it is. Now, the only time that the president might be in trouble is if some Republicans jumped and did not support him. So there's a rumor that might happen. Okay, a little trivia this morning. According to the USA Today, what is America's favorite Halloween candy? Is it M&M's, candy corn, or Reese's peanut butter cups? I know which one I like.
I like 2 of those 3.
Okay, all right.
Is it regular M&Ms or peanut butter M&Ms? Because that makes a difference for me.
It's regular
Just
M&Ms,
okay.
I believe.
I'm down to 1 that I'd go with.
Okay. All right. A little sports. Tanner Lee, bring us up to date on everything happening in the sports world.
We got a lot going on.
Is the World Series over?
It is finally over.
Okay.
It was actually a really good series, a historical series, as the Washington Nationals won their first ever World Series, and they were the first team to win all 4 road games of the World Series.
Okay.
Actually, the home team never won a game in this World Series. It was pretty incredible.
Yeah, 10 years from now we can use that for trivia.
There we go. I like that. So the World Series is over. We got a lot of local sports still going on, though. Good luck to 2 Rochester cross-country runners, Madeline Calloway and Mallory Hyatt. They'll be running the state championship. I believe that's tomorrow down in Terre Haute. So good luck to them. They got out of the semi-state. And speaking of cross-country team, the boys finished 19th out of 20 teams last week, and the girls finished 10th out of 20 teams. So congratulations to them on a really good season. Rochester football won their sectional matchup last week against Delphi. They now host Lewis Cass tonight, who is number 1 in 2A. It's going to be a big challenge for the Zebras, but they play the game for a reason. A big opportunity for them. They haven't beat Lewis Cass since, I believe, 1998. So
they're due.
They're due. So that should be a good one tonight. I believe that starts at 7 o'clock at down at Barnhart Field at Rochester High School. And what time is pregame?
6:30, I
6:30.
believe. Yeah, 6:30 here on Giant FM. Kickoff will be at 7.
Tippecanoe Valley also won their sectional game last week against South Bend, Washington. They also host a sectional game tonight, and that's against Jimtown High School. Jimtown's usually a pretty good team, and was even a powerhouse a few years ago. So I assume that'll be a good matchup. And Winnemac won their game last week, and they host North Jetson tonight. So a lot of local teams in action. Good luck to all of them. College football. Purdue lost to Illinois 24-6 last week in a monsoon of a game. It was really rainy and cold and windy, and it's not fun to be at. They host Nebraska tomorrow, who's 4-4. Nebraska is a 2-point favorite in that game, so both teams really need a win. Should be a good one. That's at noon on Fox. It's the Fox Big Noon game tomorrow. So.
Okay. Well, tell us, you were sharing with me earlier about the Nebraska team being a bunch of wimps and.
Well, according to their coach, he wants some tougher players. When they played at Minnesota a few weeks ago, it was really cold, and some of his players wore sweatshirts during warm-ups. And he said he didn't want to see any more sweatshirts worn. He said if he would have wore a sweatshirt when I played, he would have got beat up. And so he kind of threw his team under the bus there. And it's supposed to be, I think, a high of 40 tomorrow in West Lafayette. So I expect their coach to come out sleeveless or something.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's going to say that, he was wearing a sweatshirt.
Yeah, he's got
There in the press conference when he said that, so it's kind of ironic. But so let's see. And Indiana beat Nebraska last week at 38-31 to improve to 6-2. So Indiana's already bowl eligible on the season. They host 1-6 Northwestern tomorrow night, and Indiana is a 12-point favorite in that game.
They better watch out for Northwestern. They've been kicked around a lot.
Yeah, they're kind of down. You got to wonder where their mental state is at this point. And lastly, for college football, number 16, Notre Dame lost to Michigan 45-14 over the weekend. They host Virginia Tech tomorrow, who's 5-2, and Notre Dame's a 17.5-point favorite. So we'll see if Notre Dame can turn their luck around at home. But Virginia Tech's a sneaky good 5-2 team, so they better be careful there. And the Bears lost to the Chargers 17-16, missed a field goal at the end of the game, a 41-yarder that would have won it. They fall to 3-4, and they travel to Philadelphia on Sunday, who's 4-4. Eagles are 5-point favorites. And the Colts improved to 5-2 as they beat my Denver Broncos 15-13. I was at that game as well, so I didn't have luck over the weekend at attending football games. They made a game-winning kick. They traveled to Pittsburgh on Sunday. I believe the Colts are 1.5-point favorites. It was a pick'em game, but I think that line jumped up to late last night. To
Yeah,
1.5.
I know it's a close one.
Yeah.
They're expecting that one to be low scoring.
Low scoring games. Got some tidbits here this morning. Not a lot, but a couple here. On this day in 1800, John Adams became the first president to live in the White House. And on this day in 1994, just a couple of years after 1800, the Amazon.com domain name was registered. It started in 1994, and it's grown into what it is today, which is just a powerhouse of a company with the richest man in the world leading the way there, Jeff Bezos. And a lot of national days today. Today is Go Cook for Your Pets Day, World Vegan Day, French Fried Clam Day, Vinegar Day, Authors Day, Love Your Lawyer Day, Fountain Pen Day, Extra Mile Day, and Scented Candle Day.
Many people out there, especially the younger generation, don't know what a fountain pen is.
I've wrote with one before.
I feel fancy when I write with one.
Yeah,
Of course, I know
kind of
it's
just
all
glide
Yeah, just
when you write.
Okay.
So,
use that for all the official documents.
Okay, some upcoming events around the community. Fulton County Solid Waste District is having a tire collection day tomorrow from 8 till noon. Limit 4 tires. They must be off of the rims. Now, take them down there tomorrow rather than dump them out on the county roads. Rochester Kiwanis Club 61st Annual Turkey Dinner will be from 5 to 7 on Monday. We're going to talk more about that a little later on with one of our special guests. Fulton County Chamber of Commerce next Women in Business event is on Friday, November 15th at the Manitowoc Banquet Hall. Nicole Hyatt Drang, and four county counseling, family nurse practitioner Phyllis Ingram, and Lisa Lee, director of the Fulton County Wellness Center, will be the speakers. Small Business Saturday is coming up November the 30th. That's the Saturday after Thanksgiving. The Chamber of Commerce is sponsoring that, and if you want more information, you can call the Chamber 224-2666 to participate in it. It's a good thing. Keep the shopping here locally, and I think this is the 10th year for that. Enid Tate is having an open house today. They're going to have ribbon cutting by the Chamber of Commerce at 9 o'clock this morning. That's on Main Street right next to Centennial Park. Benefit for the Vasic family tomorrow, 4 to 7 p.m. He's the minister of the Athens Church. Their home burned to the ground recently, and this is a fundraiser for that. It'll be at the Akron Elementary School. How about some flowers this morning? Fulton County Leadership Academy for raising and donating $4,078 to the Akron Park Board for their Summer In Festival. That's a new thing that they did. That was the first annual, $4,000. That's pretty good. Some flowers also to the developers of Old Orchard Subdivision. That's Brian Lewis, Charlie Miller, and his sister Eileen Fellers. Flowers also to Priscilla and Joe Krill for receiving the Indiana Master Shepherds Award. They breed Dorset sheep and have been doing that for years, and they were given an award for that. Okay, some money news. The Dow was down 140 yesterday, down to 27,045. However, for the month, the Dow closed up and was pretty strong. The stock market was pretty strong. Twitter announced that it is banning all political advertising from its service. What do you think of that?
Good. I get enough of it every time I watch a football game. It's every other commercial.
Okay. Well, harvest for the farmers has been held up the last few days, but it's coming right along, and the farmers always want to be done by Thanksgiving or a couple weeks even before that. The swine farmers, they have an opportunity with the swine flu. It's threatened to be a worldwide thing, and it's not good. China has it, and I don't think that any place in the U.S. yet has that, but it's can be very contagious. Okay, at First Federal, come in today and see us. We are open until 5 p.m. and tomorrow from 8:30 to noon. You can always bank with us online and with our mobile apps, which is free to download. Our ATM is open 24/7, as well as if you need some cash. Zelle, person-to-person payments can be made right from your mobile app. We offer many different mortgage products: USDA, FHA loans, conventional loans, one-step construction loans, premier first-time home buyer loans, and more. Our loan originators are Ben Dalton and John Schaefer here in Rochester, and they can provide you with more details. Just a little sidebar to that, we lowered interest rates on mortgages to yesterday at 1/8 of a point. And of course the Federal Reserve Board, they lowered their interest rate 1/4 of a point earlier this week. It's anticipated that that's the last move for the Fed during this calendar year. We offer free checking accounts and simply free business checking accounts. When you open a new checking account, you can get a free gift, which is a crock pot carrier. We'll need to bring one of those in next week.
All right.
So demonstrate that. We offer commercial lending for businesses. Contact Lindy Breeden for more information. We also offer financial services. Contact Mark Bubo or Brian Bell today for more information. We're We are a member of FDIC and an equal housing lender, and our NMLS number is 399927. Just a little information. The First Federal Group will be wearing jeans today in support of the United Way. The United Way is beginning this next week, and First Federal has always supported United Way in a big way. Okay, Bettina Zabel, step up here. You're with the Rochester Downtown Partnership.
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning. Glad to have you. Okay, what do we got going on tonight, if anything?
Well, tonight we have our Rochester Downtown Partnership's Boo Fest.
Okay, tell us about that.
Well, Boo Fest is just a love tradition where the kids dress up in their little costumes, come downtown, and the gracious businesses pass out candy to them. That's from 4:30 to 5:30, and we also have a costume contest and a pumpkin carving contest and a few other things, a few other surprises this evening.
Okay, now, parents out there that are interested in getting their kids to participate in this, what do they have to do?
They just have to show up, and hopefully they won't be too overwhelmed with all the candy they'll get.
Okay, okay, so this starts at 4:30?
It does. The trick-or-treating actually goes from 4:30 to 5:30, and our costume contest registration starts at 5 p.m.
Okay,
which is free.
okay, okay, now, how, do you have different classifications of costume?
We do. We kind of go by age group, so it's like 0 to 2, you have 3 to 6, 7 to 12, 13 and plus, and then we also have a family or group category.
Okay, now Bettina, I know you're really involved in the downtown partnership program. What's new? What's happening?
Well, we're just kind of honestly looking forward to the future. We have some changes that are coming in the next year that we're excited about. But my main focus, honestly, is the holiday stroll that's coming up very soon, our Christmas event. So I'm looking forward to that. That's kind of what I've been working on a lot lately.
Okay, tell us about that.
Well, the holiday stroll, the last couple of years that I've been with RDP, we've tried to just strive to get bigger and better and to bring more people to downtown and to stay downtown and enjoy the businesses that are here. So we've had the fun job the last few weeks of, contacting the reindeer people and the ice sculpture people, and so we're looking forward to having a wonderful event.
Okay, you're going to have live reindeer?
Yes.
Well, I heard you were going to do that last year. That didn't happen.
No, they were there. Unfortunately, the trailer that they came on had a flat tire, but they showed up just a tiny bit late, but they were there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I missed it.
That's okay. You can see it this year.
Okay, what's the date on it?
That will be on December 6th, I believe.
Okay. So, put that out on your calendar.
Yes, please do so.
Okay, tell us again about the event tonight.
Boo Fest starts at 4:30, and the trick-or-treating runs between 4:30 and 5:30. We will have a costume contest. The registration begins at 5. And then also, if anyone still has some pumpkins they may have not carved or ones that they think are awesome and they want to put it in a contest, just bring them on down by 4 o'clock. And you will be entered into a 50-50 pot for the pumpkin carving contest.
Okay, also, as a second guest today, we have Melinda Clinger, that's representing the Kiwanis Club, and as well as you're involved with the museum. We've had you on several times. All right, tell us about the big dinner coming up next Monday evening.
Okay. Monday evening will be our turkey dinner for the Rochester Kiwanis. It'll be our 61st year of having this. It runs from 5 to 7, and you can get tickets at the door. Tickets are $10 each. We start earlier in the spring, starting to round up all of our things that we need for the dinner. Rochester Meat and Deli does the turkeys for us, and the high school staff does all of the rest of the food. We come in as Kiwanians and help serve and pick up your trays, that kind of thing. In that 2 hours, we serve around 1,000 people. So it takes a lot of us, and a lot of people go through in a short period of time. We do have carry-outs available as well as dine-in, and it's just a fun time. And the money that is raised from this goes to local scholarships. Kiwanis gives 5 scholarships at Rochester and 2 at Caston each year, and we also support Riley Children's Hospital and do several other community things, projects here in the area to help support.
Well, it's a great dinner and a event that comes up every year, and it's always on Monday before elections. And we get a lot of politicians that are campaigning, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Won't have too many this time, but we'll make up for it next year, I'm sure.
Okay. All right. Well, tell us a little bit what's happening out in the museum.
The museum, we just recently finished our Haunted Woods and had around 800 people go through for the 3 days that we were open. Last Saturday, of course, everybody knows it rained, so we did not go back and do our Haunted Woods that weekend, or that Saturday, but we appreciate everybody that did come. Getting ready for our annual meeting, which will be Sunday, November 24th, so any of our members can come to that, and we wrap up things for the year and tell them what's been going on. We've got a lot of projects that we want to work on this winter to get the improvements done inside with our lighting, and several different things that need to be put back into our log cabin. We haven't had time to do that yet since they rebuilt that this spring, and just constantly busy out there with rentals and meals and a lot of other things, keeping the place hopping.
How are the finances of the museum?
We're not doing too bad. We can always use more donations, of course. You never say no to that. But we keep within our budget, or try to, and there's always something coming up different that needs to be done. So you do another fundraiser, or you do something to make up for that. You can't do it without the money's there first. So,
What big project do you have coming up, or what would you like to see done maybe next year?
well, like I said, we've got the lighting project where you had donated for changing over to the LEDs. That's going to be a winter project because the guys are all busy during the summer, and I'm going to try to get grant monies to help get the storage building that we've been talking about forever put up, so that we can alleviate some of our space issues inside the museum and as well as the buildings outside. The round barn has a lot of extra stuff in it that shouldn't be there, but that's the only place we have to store it, so it has to go somewhere. But there's always something.
Okay, Melinda, hey, tell us a little bit about your wishes for the storage building. What sizes are you looking for, and you got a cost estimate?
The storage building that we're talking about doing will be like 32 by 70. We have a space out behind the building itself that's where it will fit without interfering with septic and everything else. It will be used for storage. And cost estimate, probably the last time I had checked on that, it was around $25,000 to do the actual building. So what we're looking for is probably somebody to do the exterior, get the concrete down, all that kind of stuff, and then volunteers will gradually get the shelving and stuff built inside and stuff moved gradually over into the new building so that we can expand displays inside.
Well, Melinda, you mentioned about volunteers. I'm assuming you always use more volunteers.
We can always use more volunteers. I have had several of my older volunteers that have moved away for different areas. Phyllis Whitmore, one of my volunteers who would just turn 95 this year, has moved down to the Masonic home at Franklin. She was a volunteer since 1976 at the museum. So, we're gradually losing those people. We need some younger people, and it doesn't necessarily have to be all younger people, but people that can get out there and help us do some of the work that needs to be done. But we always enjoy our older volunteers as well. So.
Okay, Bettina, tell us again about this Boo Fest and what time it starts and where.
Sure. Well, Boo Fest starts this evening at 4:30 p.m. Basically, just come on down to downtown Rochester and start walking up and down Main Street, also on East 8th Street. And there will be lots of candy passed out. There'll be some surprises, some contests, and just a lot of fun.
Gonna have some surprises.
I am.
Oh, yeah.
I always do.
Okay, Melinda, remind us about the turkey dinner.
Monday night, 5 to 7, Rochester High School. All you can eat, dine in or carry out. $10 a ticket. If you don't have any, you can contact one of the members as well as myself, or get them at the door.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for both of you for stopping by today and sharing the information about the community. We have a really great community, and it takes a lot of volunteers and a lot of planning, and you guys are the leaders of the parade. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, our trivia this morning was, according to the USA Today, what is America's favorite Halloween candy? M&M's, candy corn, or Reese's peanut butter cups? What do you think, John?
I'm gonna go with my favorite, Reese's peanut butter cups.
You're right. 36% favored the peanut butter cups, followed by Snickers, 18%, and 11% M&M's 11%, candy corn only 6%.
I still think that's a little high for candy corn. I'm not a big candy corn guy.
You don't like it?
No, it's not for me.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's close with this statement by Oscar Wilde, Irish poet and playwright. Experience is the hardest kind of teacher. It gives you the test first and the lesson afterwards.
Dick, thanks so much. Appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you. Have a good day.